everybody ready?
No.
Let's do it.
Ready.
Okay, it's 10:30 on Tuesday, February 10th, and we're going to call to order the meeting of the Planning and Policy Committee. And our first item is public comment. Do we have anyone here for public comment? Anyone online for public comment? Okay, we'll move now then to approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
A second.
Voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Moving on to consent resolutions.
Motion to approve the minutes of the January 2026 Planning and Policy Committee meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Negative. On to agenda and action requests. Jordan, could you
Yeah.
tell us about number one?
I will make a motion to approve and forward to the Board of Commissioners the creation of a new capital improvement project in the amount of $180,000 to address work at North Ottawa Dunes.
Second.
Patrick, do you have anything to fill us in on?
Yeah, and Jason's here too, and this is on the heels of the Holiday Hills flooding, the damages that derived out of that. So Jason's put together a work order or a request to make this an actual capital project.
Thank you. Jason?
Thank you, Commissioners, and thank you for being here today and allowing us to present on a couple things. So this is we already have the money in hand, so we received funding from the Drain District as well as the Insurance Authority. There was emergency dewatering in 2020 and 2021 that was authorized under an emergency license issued by the Parks Commission. And then that ended up resulting in some damages that we were able to document. So this funding will allow us to go in and address some restoration and ecological improvements there on site. So.
Commissioners, any questions?
Did it just take this long to get through the insurance authority and whatnot, all the things to get the funding from these two sources? Is that why it's finally coming to us?
I can't answer that, Jason.
And I don't know the exact dates, but so we had 2 years where we assessed after the license and after the pumping, and then determined the impact to the ecology, and then worked with both the Drain District and then submitted a insurance request. So.
Okay, thank you.
Folks, are we ready to vote?
Voice.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Teeples, Mrs. Miedema,
Yes.
Mr. Georgezma,
Yes.
Mr. Barry,
Yes.
motion passes.
And Jason, might want to stick around for this. This is item 2, please.
I will make a motion to approve and forward to the Board of Commissioners the license agreement between Ottawa County Parks and Recreation Commission and property owner Mary Collins to formalize parking accommodations at historic Ottawa Beach in Park Township, and to authorize the Parks Director to take such actions as are necessary to implement the intent of the Commission in this matter. For a second.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, John.
We have a map that we're gonna put up so you can get a sense of where this is at.
Have we talked about this before? Or not? This is something new we haven't had?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So in the So there is a fascinating history with these park properties. In 1886, this was platted. And then in the 1950s, 1960s, they were accepted by the county. So this in particular right-of-way is an unimproved or paper right-of-way, but the county retains responsibility and has title these properties and trust for the public. So some of the cottages do not have vehicular access to their sites. So there was a long legal history and battle with these properties that were settled in the early 2000s. And we work with the West Michigan Park Association, the homeowners. And so one of the things that came out of the settlement or stipulation order was the need to accommodate parking for the residents and the cottagers. So this particular cottage, in I think 2008, they implemented a license to accommodate parking in several different areas around this neighborhood. And this one was allowed to continue using the right-of-way for parking associated with that residence. So in the past year, there was improvements to to the neighboring lot. There was a cottage that was moved to that lot. So the residents just asked to formalize that parking authority to use that right-of-way. So we used the same basic template for the parking license that was used for all of them. Worked with Corporation Council and then the West Michigan Park Association to do that. So it is a non-exclusive license that is revocable, but we do have an obligation to accommodate parking somewhere in that area for the cottagers. So.
Could you just explain this map a little bit so I'm understanding it?
Yep. So
So it appears to be a road to the left of the red piece of property.
Zoom in a little more, Regina.
Yeah, right above Park 6.
So that is what we call the right-of-way. It is a right-of-way only on paper. So it is our public access point. So there are some improved. You can see Auburn Avenue is an actual roadway. And then there are some of the right-of-ways that are boardwalks, wooden boardwalks that we maintain. But this one's an unimproved right-of-way. And the reason why we, identified it as non-exclusive or revocable. If in the future we saw the need to have a pathway or first responders felt like they needed improved access, we would be able to go back and address that long-term for the public, and then we would need to accommodate that resident parking somewhere else.
Okay.
Is there somewhere else?
There's several. So in the packet, there are several other parking areas that are identified. We could accommodate it somewhere else. This one's one of the houses that has parking close to it. Some of them have to walk in quite a ways. So, but that's part of the history and charm of this neighborhood. So
all of those parcels that don't have houses on them, are those zoned? Those are separate parcels owned by?
they're separate, several. So the one just directly above where the red box is now is where the cottage, so it's kind of the cottage above it to the right a little bit, was moved onto those. So there's 4 parcels there. And then that's a dune. So they can't really build on the parcels to the left. And then up the hill along that North Park Avenue, a new cottage was built. So this was a survey that was done in, I think, 2004, 2005. So in the last 5 years, there was a cottage built on 4 of those. So from time to time, there is new improvements, but they have to go through, this is all critical dunes, and then it all has to go through Eagle permitting, and then approval through the local township. And then if they use access, such as the right-of-ways or whatnot, we have to provide access. So Commissioner Teeple, as you might have recalled, we allowed a construction access license for the adjacent property to do their moving their cottage, as well as a similar license allowing residential parking. So, and that might have been right about a year or so ago.
Okay, thank you.
Being familiar with that area, parking in Ottawa Beach between Memorial Day and Labor Day, some of the most valuable real estate there is. so I understand, you say they'll be able to park on the right of way. Does that mean like on-street parking?
So we call it a right of way, but it's really just a dirt
Okay,
area adjacent to their property. It's an unimproved right of way.
gotcha,
So-
okay.
So does the property owner put a sign up and says private
No.
prop?
No.
So it's non-exclusive means they better get there soon, early too, or otherwise they may be having to walk.
Well, nobody else is allowed to park there necessarily. So the non-exclusive is just for us to be able to use it or access it. But yeah, nobody else in the neighborhood is authorized to park there either, or the
But they
public,
don't know they can.
right?
That's
Right.
probably more, so there you go. Okay.
Note to self.
But a fascinating history in one of the pages in there provides just a single page history summary of the background, and it's really interesting. So, yeah.
We ready to vote? Not a dollar amount here. We can just take a voice vote on this. All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? None. So passed. On to discussion items. Is Jennifer still with us? Oh, you're hiding in the corner.
Hello again. A few updates for Oka. As you've probably heard, we have our Walk for Warmth coming up, which is next Friday, February 20th at 5:30 p.m. at EV Construction, which is right across the street from Window on the Waterfront and the new ice park. So we're really excited about having it at that location. On our website, under events, you can find all of the information to register and donate. We also have face painting at the event. We'll have a balloon artist, food from Caribbean Sunrise, and then the big draw seems to be the silent auction. There's a lot of great items on that auction, and we'll also have some of that information on our website as well to bid online. Some good news we've had, all of our grants are approved now, no longer on a continuing resolution. So we do have access for, to all of our FY26 funds. So that was a great piece of news we received, in the last week or so. We are working from a little bit behind. We put a little bit of a pause on our weatherization during those couple of months that we were unsure about some of our funding. So we're trying to play some catch up to get our weatherization numbers up to what our goal is for the year. What has put us behind, like I mentioned, funding, but we also had one of our inspectors retire at the end of last calendar year. So we are currently searching for contractual energy auditors and quality control inspectors. So we will be having some information on our website, and we're going to have some information go out on social media and GovDelivery in the next week or so to kind of highlight what all of the qualifications are for that. We also have funding where we can do some training to get somebody ready and certified, able to do that work. So that is one piece that we really need because we only have one auditor on staff right now. So it's difficult to do all of that work just on one person. In terms of some outreach and other relationship building, we've been doing a lot out in the community, trying to get out to different offices that might have clients that use our services. So we have a great partnership now with West Michigan Works, and we will be out there monthly to try to recruit clients, let them know about our services, and be available for applications or any questions that people might have. So we'll be doing more of that and trying to not necessarily have satellite offices, but have hours where people can come and ask us questions and try to get more people aware of what our services are and how to reach us. Lastly, we are looking for volunteers. Again, I mentioned Walk for Warmth, but that is volunteer-led, staff-led. A lot of hands are needed for that event. So on our website, we do have opportunities there for people to sign up. And we are also looking for volunteers for our Home Energy 101 program. Information about that or sign up is also on our website. That program would entail individuals going out to Holland BPW customers' homes, providing education so that they can lower their utility costs, and training is provided for that as well. And that is all I have, unless there are any questions.
Just a quick question.
Sure.
Thanks for being here today with us, Jennifer.
Sure.
When you said that you're gonna do the weatherization catch-up, is that trying to just kind of get to that number that you set as a goal with your staff? Or do you have like people that are waiting to receive services on a list that are just waiting for the people to come out?
Great question. A little bit of both. So we have a goal that's set by the state that we have to meet. So we need to meet that number and able to access all the funding for those grants. And then, I'm sorry, the second question. Oh, do we have clients on the waiting list? It's not too long. I think when we checked yesterday, it was around 6 or 7 clients. What sometimes takes the longest time is if we don't have a quality and control inspector in order to wrap up the job. That's what folks might be waiting on. So a lot of the work will be done, but it's not truly completed until we have quality control come out and wrap up that job. So some of those that are in progress are, we've already been in the home, we just have to tie up the loose ends.
Gotcha.
So it's a lengthy process. It can be several months long just because of the application, the just scheduling, getting an energy auditor out there, contractors out there, and then the wrap up piece.
How does the state set the goal for how many clients that you should need
Yeah.
for?
So number of homes is based on it's based on funding, of course. So funding levels must match what the units are going to be, and then they also base a lot of it on previous production. And then also, I think they look at population size and the number of individuals that might be under like the federal poverty level as well.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Of course.
Anyone else?
Anybody else?
Well, Jennifer, thanks for coming
Yeah,
in, and
thank you.
congratulations on getting all the grant money in that you
Yeah.
had expected. That's very
Yeah.
good news, and
I
appreciate
really-
you sharing that with us.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Great, well, thank you. All right, we're to public comment. Or public, any comment you care to make? Or anyone online to make public comment? Well, with that, I think we've just set a new world record
Yeah.
here.
John's time.
Our meeting for today is adjourned.